Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Creative Conversations. I'm Michael Shaun Corby. They call me MSC, Global Education Ambassador for Amica, but probably you've seen me on the red carpet or even hosting the show. It's so great to see all of you at the awards, and I think you'll all agree at Premiere, right? The return of elegance. It was so nice to be there. Creative Conversations this season are about bringing back the winners, bringing back the individuals who are still in that moment of excitement and to learn their process and at the same time have a laugh and most of all leave feeling inspired. Our guest today is from Denver, Colorado with the connection to Texas somehow. We'll get into that. She's our 2024 winner of styling and finishing. And boy, was this a tough category this year. She's a winner of numerous other awards as well. She is on the prestigious Aveda styling team and a team educator. And she is the owner of one of the coolest salons I've ever seen. It's called Cult Salon, cultsalon.co if you're in the area. And I don't know, maybe they have a job opening. I could go on and on all day, but let's get right into our interview. And please welcome to the show, Vanessa Whitmarsh. Hi, Vanessa.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I love the lighting. Very cool.
Oh, thanks. I don't want to tell you where I'm actually hiding at, so.
I like the good spotlight on the dark wall, though. That's really, really nice. I'm always just throwing up some lights in my home studio here, trying to hide a mannequin head. Welcome to the show. You must still be reeling from the big NAHA. You are the North American Styling and Finishing winner. Just so folks know, this isn't a popularity contest. The judges are some of the greats of our industry. You're judged on technical, you're judged on making it a collection, you're judged on level of difficulty. Must be so excited. Are you sleeping with your NAHA now? Or?
I do keep it very close by me.
And they break.
You know, you want to be able, I'm like, where is it? Where is it? So,
Where? Yeah. Oh, I mean, it should be like a spotlight as you walk in the house, like, turn.
I have a little shrine. It's like.
So it is exciting. Many people sleep with them. Many people, put them on a leash. How has how has winning an AHA changed your life?
Wow. I think for me, it was just that it was something that I've been aspiring to for so long, and then to finally get it, you're like, okay, all the hard work pays off. You know what I mean? Like you're just working. You're like, win. And then you finally make it and you just feel, I felt validated, and I think that that's really big concerning, how long I've been doing hair and stuff. So for me, that was the biggest thing. And, and then since then, so many people have reached out. They've been really amazing about it. Aveda's been really great about it too. So, I think the validation for me was the best thing.
I mean, and beautiful speech, beautiful night. I had to watch much of it from backstage, but I wanted to make sure to grab you. This collection is so beautiful. I think it's the epitome of NAHA, right? Like just this, you look at it, it's powerful, it's strong. It definitely shows a mastery of styling. Tell us about your inspiration for this collection.
For this collection, so last summer, I was lucky. I was on the team that did hair for Iris Van Herpen's couture show in Paris.
Oh, yeah.
And I was really inspired by all the clothing, obviously, so amazing. And then also too, I just really wanted to dive into shapes, like really strong shapes. So taking some inspiration from our clothing, which has really strong shapes, and then moving those over to hair and like transitioning that and seeing those like flow together. And working with my photographer, she actually did the AI. So all the wardrobe was created with AI, and she helped carry those shapes into the clothing.
Okay. So the wardrobe was AI because for those who don't know, you can't Photoshop the hair one bit,
No,
right? Like
not
we
at all.
need those raws, but I mean, you can take away a stray hair or something. And kudos to you for like getting those shapes in there. I'm going to dig in. But AI for wardrobe, because that was another thing I was going to say. How do you get everything? It was creping perfectly. I just saw like someone would have to have their fingers in there
Yeah,
separating
right?
every little crease. So AI did that.
Yeah. I AI is not going anywhere, right? So I
Right.
wanted to try to start incorporating it into some of my stuff. And like you said, you can't mess with the hair. And so I
Yeah.
was like, let's try AI for the wardrobe. And luckily my photographer was like, all right. And she like jumped right into it. It is a process though. Like, it sounds like it would be really, really easy to do. It really wasn't. I didn't understand exactly how AI works. So she has to enter in like all the details, all the information, and then it'll generate like 200 images, right?
Right.
For the wardrobe. So we put in those images will never be recreated the next round, nor will they be, they may not even be similar the next round. So every time she's making it, I'm like, no, we have to build a collection. Like I need a group of
Yeah.
them that
The
go
pieces
together.
fit.
You know, you got some crazy ones here, and I'll be like, I like this one. And she's like, well, there's nothing else that goes with it. So
Oh
like
no.
every round we're doing something and I'm like, okay, maybe this one will work, you know, and like keep pulling and then we would scratch it and then we'd start over. So it's quite the process. And then also too, we shot all the models in a nude bandeau. And so we had to find body positioning from the AI to match the models too. So that was also a tricky,
Oh, okay. God,
yeah,
I'm learning.
process.
Yeah. So can we give a shout out to this photographer
Yes,
extraordinaire who
love to. Her name is Randy Rhea. She's also in Denver, Colorado. And I mean, I will tell you, I definitely put her through it this time. I appreciate her so much. She worked so hard on it.
what's in the water there in Colorado? For many years, we had Charlie Price on
Yeah.
our committee here. Uh, Colorado must be a really creative place. I know it has a lot of snow, and I know South Park's from there. My favorite show
Yes.
ever, ever, ever to exist.
You have to come. They opened a restaurant, Casa Bonita, and that's like,
No!
yeah, it's open. You'll have to come by and visit.
I mean, considering Cartman would kill you to go to Casa
Yeah.
Bonita, I mean, you work in in really a hub of creativity. I really have seen so much good come out of Colorado. And shout out to my niece who's, getting all her science degrees and so forth. I
Oh,
don't know if she's going to be a chemist or a doctor, but she's also
amazing.
alma mater out there. Um, let's talk a little bit about where you come from, right? Like what is it like, the tremendous opportunity of working alongside, I think they only need their first names, right? Antoinette, Alan, right? It's Ruiz, but like Antoinette putting on breathtaking show openers, show closers for NAHA for years and years. And Antoinette, we really want you back. Um, and Alan with just like, he's come up with a way of just like the second you see an Alan image, boom, it's Alan.
Yeah.
What's it like working with them? How did that happen, and how maybe can someone else join this journey? Because I know Antoinette, we're good friends, and she's building an empire here of talent, right?
Yeah, she really is. For me, it started. I went to an Innovative Institute in Houston, so I'm originally from Texas. And while I was there, one of my instructors actually owned a salon. So I was like picking his brain and I was like, if you could work anywhere, where would you go work? And I thought he would be like, come work in my salon. And he was like,
Yeah.
honestly, for what you want to do, he was like, I would move to Austin and I would work for Alan Ruiz. And I was like, okay. And he's like, look him up. He's like, I think that's where you need to go. And I was like, okay. So I actually, interviewed a couple of salons there. But as soon as I walked through the door of his salon, I just like, it was the vibe, right? I was like, this is it. This is where I belong. And so they have a pretty, like, at the time they had like a pretty long interview process. So I would drive from Houston to Austin each time to do these interviews.
Oh,
And before I got the job, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to move here. I feel like this is going to happen, right? So I went ahead and moved. So the last interview, they're like, okay, we want to offer you the job. when do you think you can make it here? And I was like, oh, I'm already here. Let's go. And they're like, okay.
Got my backpack.
Yeah. And then from there, I would see Alan in the salon, and I would just be like, hey, what are you doing? You have shoots going on. Like, I would love to assist you, I'll do whatever you need. Right. And he'd be like, okay, I have a shoot tomorrow at 6 a.m. And he's like, and I was like, cool, I can come, and then I'll come to work afterwards. And he's like, okay, like I was just like relentless. Is pretty much how he would describe it. And we'd do another one. I'd be like, all right, when's the next one? And he'd be like, oh, I don't know. And then at some point he was like, why don't you like plan some stuff? And I was like, okay. And so, just kind of took on from there, and was just kept going, nonstop. And at some point, he, I guess, realized I was serious about it. And so when he started having like big campaigns and shoots and stuff like that, he would bring me with him. So then I started assisting him on bigger and bigger things. And then when I worked at his salon, I was an educator for the salon. And then I also would organize like all of our team shoots, all of our events, and lead those. And then it kind of just grew from there. And then at one point, he was like, I have this opportunity to work with Antoinette. He's like, I want you to come and assist on that. So I started there. That's how I first met her. But it took a couple of years before she was like, okay, who is this girl?
She's a huge fan now. She told me.
She's great. And, I feel like once she was like, okay, once they were both like, okay, she's serious. You know what I mean? Then I think they were both like, all right, let's do this. You're in, like, let's do the work. Let's keep it going. And I think it's really important when you're doing this, if you're interested in doing shoots and editorial and campaign and that kind of stuff, to like find people that are like-minded, because you feed each other, right?
Right.
So I know I'm constantly, Alan and I text all the time, or we talk on the phone, and we're like, what are you working on? What are you working on? I'm working on this. Oh, what about this? And we send each other pictures and storyboards and stuff. And we're constantly like feeding off of you. What do you think about this idea? Maybe we should try this, and whether we're working together or whether it's separate, we can always reach out and talk about that kind of stuff. And I feel like Antoinette is like that now as well too. So it's been a really amazing journey. And I've been really lucky, I mean, it is a lot of hard work, but I've been really lucky too to be around amazing people. So
yeah. Oh my God, such a journey. And is there a way somebody can like join this team? It sounds like you were just scrappy. Like, I'm out of school, I'm gonna go sit in the parking lot until they hire me. Any advice? Any advice? Any advice for anyone who just really wants to break in? Because I think, obviously Antoinette, Alan, they're selective, right? But there's got to be some way that people can start honing their craft, or where can they attend, or what can they do?
First and foremost, I would say when you're starting out, say yes to everything. Like, that's the best advice Alan ever told me when I was first starting out. And yes, it's not always going to be amazing, like you're not always going to be like the lead or the star when you're doing that, but you're going to make a lot of connections, and you're going to meet a lot of people, right? You're going to meet photographers, wardrobe stylists, models, makeup artists, other hairdressers that you want to collab with. And that's going to be a great way for you to get in it. And that's going to be a great way for you to start practicing and honing your skills, right? My second recommendation would be to find a mentor. Like, as soon as my old Aveda instructor told me about Alan, I started looking him up and seeing what he was doing. And I was like, yes, this is what I want. Like, I knew I wanted to do, editorial. I knew I wanted to do photo shoots, New York Fashion Week, that kind of thing. So find somebody that aligns with that to mentor you too as well. And then from there, I would just say, take the classes, do the education. We do a photo shoot class. Like, the closest way to get in and work with myself or Alan would be to take one of our editorial photo shoot classes that we do, and we like walk you through the entire process. So that's a great way to work with us, and then also to learn how to put together your own shoot. So if you're thinking of shooting for NAHA or Behind the Chair or any of the awards shows, that's a great start as well.
Oh, nice. We'll try and get those details in the chat, because I think I want to go to Colorado, or is it Austin? I want to get more into specifics on your collection. Already learned so much about AI. let's talk about Cult Salon. This is your salon. The website, it's like at cult.salon.co. Really cool stuff.
Thank
Tell
you.
us about your salon.
Let's see, our salon. I think like after a while, I've ever since I started beauty school, I knew I wanted to open a salon at some point, and then I had really great mentors while I was in a salon. And I just thought it was time. So we opened up, it's been 2.5 years now. We opened up. So we're still kind of new, but killing
Yeah.
it. And I really love Denver. I have been here for 6.5 years now. That COVID year always throws me off, so I'm like, how many
All of
years?
us.
Yeah, so really love Denver, decided to set up shop here, and just love the community too, and also wanted to give more and build the community here. Like you said, there are so many talented hairdressers here, and I just think like there's so many opportunities to collaborate with all of them. And we just wanted to build like a great space where we could have a great staff and build a great team, and grow those individuals as well, and just kind of give back to that hair community. So
Amazing. So let's people want to learn how to create collections at this level, and we're not going to get it all in a 30-minute chat, but let's go. We got the AI and we dug in a little bit, and we feel your inspiration from the shapes, but can we kind of walk through the process from the spark? Is it a storyboard for you? Some people do it kind of Pinterest style. Some people just text back and forth. Talk about the team you need or you use, models, makeup, wardrobe, all of that you can share. So let's start with the ideas. How do you gather them? We all know a mood board, but like some people do them, some people don't. What's your process?
so I have constant running boards. Like I'll be like, oh, I want to do a monochromatic shoot. So then I'll start a board for it. So I have them constantly running like all these different boards that I'm saving stuff to. And then whenever I decide it's time, I'm like, this is the shoot. Like, let's do this. Or something like something clicks and I'm like, now's the time to do this one. I've been waiting, and it's different. Sometimes I find like the right model, or I go to like fashion week where I'm looking at trends and I'm like, oh, it's time for this one, or I can use this idea for that. So they're constantly going. Like I said, the one for this started with doing fashion week in Paris, and then it was kind of in the back of my mind. I started pulling a board. I knew I wanted to do a collection with shapes, like a lot of shapes
Yeah.
in hair. So I was just like pulling ideas for that, pulling other ideas for wardrobe. And let's be honest, an Airspin Herbin dress is like what, $60,000? Like there's no way I was gonna get one. So then that's when I started thinking about AI, because I'm like, what's the next way to do that? So then that idea starts coming, right. So I meet with my photographer, and we start talking. I want to know that she's on board and she's excited about it too, or whoever I'm using. And then we set a date, and I start working backwards basically. So I try to set it for at least 3 months out from when the conversation is. And then, like I said, start working backwards. So I start looking at models. I reach out to find a makeup artist. I, of course, talk to my team as well. That works for me, my salon team, because I like to keep them involved. They like to do shoots, and I'm also helping to grow them so they can do shoots in the future too. So I reach out to them and start telling them, dates, and then from there, storyboarding, like really putting it together. I like to use the app Freeform. I don't know if you've heard of that one. It's just nice because you can kind of take
Freeform.
Freeform,
Taking
yeah.
notes.
Freeform. You can take, like, because I save a lot of pictures too, but you can take all those pictures and you can move them around. It's basically like a dry erase board. You can like pin them all to,
Wow.
and you can write and make notes. You can, put them in a different category. So usually I do that. I have like a photography category, wardrobe, makeup, I try to break up. If I was doing like a full collection, you'd have like cut, color, style, texture, but mine was styling. So I just kind of broke that up for like texture and then smooth. And then that allows me, like, because I'm on my phone all the time. I don't know about you, aren't we all? But
Same.
yeah, being able to take pictures from my phone, from Instagram, and put them on there, it's just really easy because it's all on the phone. And then you can share it with people. You can add collaborators. So like I could add
Okay.
Alan and be like, hey, what do you think about this? And then I show him my whole board and he's like, okay, I like this, what's going on here, that kind of thing. So we can talk about it. He can make notes. If my team, my makeup artist, photographer, they can make notes on it. So it's just like a good place to share all that. And then from there, once that's established, I start finding models, making sure that they have like the right look for the shoot, that they look cohesive together, like we're telling a story. And
Right.
then, and then I'm ordering hair. If I have to do hair color, whatever we have to do to build everything, I'm like getting that ahead of time. And then the week before, I'm usually, if I'm having to create forms or anything like that, or if I'm building hair pieces, or if we have to do any sort of hair color, we're doing all of that right before. So,
Okay. And are you someone, some people are like in a separate room styling and they're like, Keith Bryce, you work on, take those beautiful pictures. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like for you, are you more on the set? Is everything pre-done? What's your process there?
for this collection, it was like a lot of hands-on styling. I had some forms already pre-made, and then some hair pieces that were already pre-made. But when I'm on set, I'm pretty much like I'm in it. I'm going back and forth, back and forth. This
Yeah.
time I had Alan come, and he was like helping me like be the in between the photographer and stuff because it is hard, like you're trying to do all the hair and then you're also like, did we get the picture? You're like you trying, So it's nice to have him to like help me be there, and then I usually do the same thing for him, like vice versa, so that we're both doing hair, but we both can see like what's going on. So that was really nice to have him there. If he wasn't there, normally I'm like on the photographer as well, and I try to do as much as possible pre, and then I'll style, we'll take a break, I'll go over, we'll shoot, and it just takes a little bit longer, but I'm pretty hands-on.
Oh my God, to have Alan on set. Oh my God. I mean, all the looks were incredible, but, and we'll pop this up. My stupid little printout here. I've tried for years to get similar, right? And mine just looks like a big, I don't know, Tammy Wynette joke or a Scary Bride of Frankenstein. What's happening here? Is this a lot of fill? Is it painstaking micro topage or backcombing? Any tips and tricks on people who want to create this really elevated, smoother kind of look?
So that's the lovely Dylan. She's fantastic. I've done a lot of
Yeah.
stuff with her here in Denver. She's a great model. She also has a ton of hair.
Okay.
So it worked out perfect for this. So if you saw her from the front, that's actually it's really narrow, like a point like that. Um, yeah, not wide at all. So very, very narrow and
Oh,
tapered, right? So what I did is I created a form that followed that kind of curve that I wanted. And we
okay.
braided this middle part here. Like I said, our hair is really thick. So we did like a thick middle braid here and then like folded it back up and then put that form on to create that shape. And then we did just the tiniest bit of back combing in here to layer that in. And then I would just take like very thin sections, pull it up, it's comb till everything's smooth, spray, and then just work your horizontal sections all the way down until it's all the way up. So
Where do the ends go? Mine ends up looking like Bram Stoker's Dracula, where it's a big butt in the back. Like, I don't know where to put the ends.
So I did the side that we didn't shoot, I did that side first.
Ah,
So
okay.
that wrapped around and covered that, and then covered it with the side of the hair that we did shoot, and then
Uh,
draped that over. We could have shot from the middle, but it just didn't read as cool to me.
so cool.
It just wasn't as cool from the front. So
Yeah. Okay. There. Lesson learned. And like again, just such an incredible shot. If you have a photo of that model you want to contribute, we can always pop up
oh yeah.
images into our chat. Oh my God, so amazing. Um, so what do you clearly I'm sure you color and cut and everything, even in your notes, But what do you find is the most rewarding about hairstyling as a discipline?
That is so tough. Hairstyling, like just specifically hairstyling.
Yeah, like
Um,
for me, it's like when I can, when I can make it float and, kind of have these
yeah.
waves or something, I get so excited.
For me, like I love really tedious details, which sometimes people get like really irritated, but I'm just like, work and work and work and work. And I also love to make like hair pieces and stuff. So I'm constantly like, building these forms or, some of them aren't forms, some are tiny little pieces. And I think that to me is just, it's hairstyling to me, those details, like I can
Yeah,
just get lost in them. Like it's just so satisfying. I don't know, maybe,
yeah,
I guess that's the word, but yeah, that's hairstyling to me is just very, very satisfying. I also like to I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a little bit of a control freak. So I like to finish everything, so
yeah,
you can cut color whatever. I want to finish that, so to me
yeah.
that's really important.
Yeah, and I mean it is the final thought. It is so important. And I years ago I was booking too many clients, right? So I would be there for the hi, what are we going to do today? And then I would kind of see you out, I'd see you for the
Yeah.
cut, and then I'd see you going like this looks amazing. But sometimes it didn't, and you just want to go back and like, let me take a brush. And so I feel you there, definitely. Um, what you're doing is next level, working in with these this collection you were doing for Fashion Week. How do you stay current with the trends while maintaining your own unique style and creativity? Where is that intersection for you?
I mean, I think that after a while you do develop your own style, and then I think you just have to be like true to yourself too. You like definitely like you want to use those styles as inspiration. It's not like I inspired by it, but I don't want to copy it. You know what I mean? I just want to take bits and pieces of it and be like, oh, I really love this, or I really, I love that. So I mean, I think there is like there's a line definitely between straight, oh hey, here's a I remade this entire thing to match, and then just taking like bits and pieces of it. And then you have to just be like, okay, what is my vibe? What is my style? What am I putting out there? And then that's a hard one. And then adding those two together.
Yeah,
Did I re-say that one?
yeah. Well, clearly you have a good eye. You have incredible mentorship, which is so nice. What is next for you? I hope it includes more NAHA.
uh, yes, NAHA entries just opened. Yes, so actually, I'm doing a shoot with my team. September 1st, we're going to do our first team shoot together. So, very excited about that. And then, like 2 weeks after that, I'm shooting my next collection.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh. Well, we look forward to it again. I'm a judge. I've been chair of NAHA for several years, and when work like this comes through in first round judging, you're like, okay, great. This
Uh,
is this is
thank you
clearly a
so much.
nominee. So congratulations on that. So thank you for answering all these questions. I know I dig deep, and I didn't mean to get tricky at any point,
No,
but
it's fine.
you you are clearly a leader and an artist, and you articulate your ideas so well. And thank you for sharing your little insights on the app you're using. What was it called? Freeform?
Freeform, yes.
Freeform. I'll be downloading that and using it because I'm old school. I'm like printed papers
You
on my
know,
wall.
we do those too, but we save that for day of. Like that's day
Right,
of, and then you're
right.
like, you can,
Yeah.
nope, got it done, whatever, and move on. But yeah, that app is great. Let me know how you like it.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, because my last collection, I literally I was designing the dresses, I was making
Oh my
dresses,
god.
making pieces, and I lived in it, right? So when I was living in it, I was like, but for me, you can have the photo shoots. I like the live shows. That's what gets me going.
I
I
love it.
li- I like to. I like to ask a few quick questions that stylists might enjoy. They're really fun, so I hope you like them. Just a sentence or two, if you don't like the question, next or something. But just like 5 fun little questions we like
Okay.
to end with, and then I'll give it to you for any final thoughts to your now fans who are watching, because people are so blown away with your work. So do you mind if we ask just some fun, quick questions to close
Yeah,
it
go
out?
for it.
Okay. So what is a tool you cannot live without?
Oh, a tool I cannot live without. Um,
She's got like 5 of them, I feel like.
I know there's so many, and I'm like, wait, what am I using it
You
for?
get one. You're on a desert island
That's it?
and you can have Alan there to support you. But what is your tool?
Wait, does he get to bring a tool with him too?
If he gets to
Okay.
bring one too, I guess. As if he needs one.
I know,
Magic
right?
fingers.
I'm like, these.
Is it your hands?
Does that count? These.
Yes. For me, I think it's my YS Park diffuser.
Oh,
Like, I feel like I could really kind of set anything. But then there's brushes, combs.
I
Like
know
I
it's
need
so
a
hard.
yeah.
I would say, like, you know what? If I had to, like, I think I could figure out if I could have my little baby YS Park rat tail, like the little
Yeah.
tiny one I use for all the detailing. That's probably, besides these, that's the next
Yeah.
one.
I'm with you. I'm with you. What's your favorite trend of all time? Hair trend.
Oh, favorite trend of all time.
Chunky monkey highlights.
Yes, of course. Bring them back. You know, maybe finger waves. I think finger waves would be my favorite. They've just like for so long. You can do so many different things with them too. You can make them edgy. They can be soft. You know, I think there's a lot there. And I love a good wet look too. So like a wet one. Oh yeah, I think that's probably my favorite.
I love it. A little fun one here. What's your favorite snack you must have?
My new one is so bad. My newest one is you know those nerd clusters, like the
Yeah.
nerd candy.
They look like a brain or something.
Yes, and they're just so the texture's great. So don't even get me started. We have like a bag at the salon, and everybody's just like constantly like.
I love it. Mine is I make my own popcorn in this like fishbowl thing,
Oh my
and
gosh!
I'm obsessed with my own popcorn concoctions and like little shakers you can put on from Trader Joe's. But
my boyfriend does that actually. We have our basement is a movie room kind of, and we have like one of those old school popcorn machines like from the movie theaters, and then there's like a shelf next to it with like all of his little flavors and stuff like that. Yeah, he would love that.
I'm having FOMO. I'm coming over. I think we need, when
Just
you
come
win
visit.
again, I'm coming and I'm doing the interview there. I'm inviting myself now. Do you have a hidden talent that you can share with us?
Hidden talent. Oh my God, I don't think so.
You must. What's something we don't know about you, if it's not a talent?
There's a reason you don't know it.
That's very good. I've heard all kinds of random things. Someone just played with their ear in the weirdest way I've ever seen.
God, I'll have to get back to you on that one. I'd have to ask somebody. I don't really think that I have a hidden talent. I cannot sing. I cannot do any at all.
I love that, but you're like, it's hidden. It's a secret for a reason. And that is answer enough, certainly. I would love to give you a moment to speak to, I'm sure Antoinette and Alan and the gang are all going to watch this. Do you have any final words you'd like to give on this completely wonderful interview so far?
I would like to say thank you for having me on here. This has been such a pleasant experience. Enjoyed every minute. And, thanks to everybody out there, my team. It takes, we always say it takes a village, to do this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I 100% agree. So, once again, thanks to my photographer, Randy Rhea, my makeup artist, Lonnie Fisher. Thanks to Alan for always being super supportive. Thanks to Antoinette for being such a great mentor. And thanks to Aveda as well. And thanks to my salon team. I couldn't do any of this without you guys. Like, it doesn't matter how big my idea is. If you don't have the team, you know, it's really hard to get it all together. So I think that's the most important thing.
And I think maybe we're going to see a nomination for team. I'm crossing my fingers here because we love this caliber in NAHA, and best of luck to all your other awards as well. Wow, what a guest, folks. Thank you so much for being here. Let's stick together. Let's create together, because when we work together as a community of stylists, we are unstoppable. I'm Michael Shaun Corby, and I will see you soon with another guest, another story, and another dream come true. Thank you so much, Vanessa. We really, really, really loved this interview.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.